If your deadlift feels difficult or inconsistent, you're probably doing what most men do. You're trying to lift the bar. Today I'm giving you the one fix that instantly cleans up your deadlift so your back stays straight, the bar stays close, and your hips and legs do the work. Right here, don't lift the bar. Push the floor down. Because if you don't understand this, you'll keep muscling the bar with your arms and back, and you'll blame your age for a deadlift that's asking you for trouble. I'm Ken, physical therapist for 30 years and wrestling coach for 15. Around here, we train joint smart strength for men over 50, so you can start lifting now and still be strong 20 years from now. That's the long game, gentlemen. Capable, confident, and hard to break. Here are the 5 problems I constantly see in men over 50 deadlifting. Number 1, bent elbows. Number 2, bar drifting away from the body. Number 3, the back rounds under a heavy load. Number 4, the hips and legs stay bent as the bar rises. And number 5, the shoulder blades come forward or shrug at the top of the lift. And here's why those things happen. We men are goal completion machines. If your brain thinks lift the bar, it's going to recruit anything it can. Arms, traps, low back, just to complete the task, even if it's the wrong tool for the job. Quickly, I'm going to show you why those 5 mistakes are a problem, and then we'll fix all of them with one mental cue. When you pull the bar, you usually bend the elbows and shrug the shoulders. That makes the lift feel squishy and spongy to your brain, and it can't lock in which muscles to contract or how hard to contract them, because it's getting different feedback moment to moment. The deadlift is the heaviest of the core 4 lifts, so you want your reps to feel the same every time. That's why perfectly straight elbows and seated shoulder blades are a must. Every ½ inch the bar floats away from your legs, it becomes functionally heavier. That's just standard physics. The further the load is from the axis of rotation, which is your hips, the more torque it creates. More distance means more downward pull. So your low back has to overwork to fight that extra torque. And here's the sneaky part. As the bar drifts away during the rep, that torque keeps changing, so the bar effectively gets heavier mid-lift. That's when guys get that rep that suddenly feels almost impossible to finish, or suddenly feel that tweak in their back. The muscles surrounding your spine are designed to hold your spine in a neutral position when you're under a load. When your spine is in neutral, those muscles are at an ideal length to contract hard and stay safe. That's called length tension. Every muscle in your body has an optimal length where it produces the most force. But when you round your back, you lengthen those spinal muscles too much. Now they can't contract as effectively, and they're more prone to damage, like a strain or a pull. On top of that, rounding your back puts the discs between your backbones, your vertebrae, in a more stressed position that raises the risk of irritation or injury to those discs. And here's the big concept. In a great deadlift, your entire back, arms, and rear shoulders are doing only isometric work, meaning they're contracting without moving anything. They're not yanking the weight up. They're holding position while your knees straighten and your hips come forward to neutral. Your spine stays supported and locked in place under a massive muscle contraction. That's the safe, smart deadlift. All right, go get your dowel. Let's go to the gym. 5 minutes, do it with me. Let's go. Here's where we earn the heavy load with correct technique. If we can't control the bar light, we sure as heck can't control it heavy. Deadlift setup. We're gonna start with the dowel at our mid shins. Our grip width is our thumbs are touching the outside of our shins. The weight is slightly back on our heels with our hips hinged back. Shoulder blades back in our back pockets, and proud chest. Let's look at it from the side. Dowel at mid shins, hips back, grip, thumbs are touching the outside of the shins, proud chest with our shoulder blades back in our back pockets, and we're looking straight here. Now, this is where we ask our body to do something that it can't do to get the actions we want. We are going to push the floor down. We're going to imagine the dowel is extending all the way through the walls and can't move, and we're going to push down onto the floor, straighten our knees, and bring our hips through to neutral, to a straight up position. We're going to do that again. We push the floor down as we slide the bar up and the hips come through with straight knees. That's how we want to deadlift. Now, this does a bunch of things. It forces our hips and our legs to be the prime movers, which is really important. Also, it keeps our elbows straight because they're not lifting anything. We're pushing the floor down. It forces our lats to stay locked in because we're stabilizing ourselves against an immovable object, the dowel, to push the floor down, and also keeps our shoulder blades packed in our back pockets. So it's the perfect one-line technique to make sure all of your deadlift is done properly. Don't lift the bar, push the floor down. 3 biggest mistakes men over 50 make when deadlifting. Number 1, they try to row the bar. They start in this position and they start to pull with their arms all the way on up, and then they're shrugging their shoulders, and now the work is happening all through their upper back and body. And the way that we fix this is, when you're down low, squeeze your hands together and take your elbow joints, the creases of your elbows, and try to turn them more forward. So as you're squeezing your hands and turning your elbows forward, that locks your elbows straight and makes it very difficult for them to bend and keeps them in that perfect straight position. Big mistake number 2 men over 50 make with deadlifting is they let the bar float away from their body. As they start to come up, that bar loses contact with their legs, and we talked about how that changes the actual weight of the bar. The way to fix this is just imagine the barbell is like a paint roller and you're painting the front of your legs. So you want full contact up your legs to paint the front of your legs. Now, as you're doing that, a lot of barbells have knurling on them. You really want to make sure your shins stay on the smooth parts of the bar and not on the knurling, because if they do, you're going to get scabs quick, and those scabs will keep peeling off, and they can cause a big problem for a long time down the road. Trust me, I know. And big mistake number 3 men over 50 make is they round their back because the load is too heavy. So as they start to come up with the bar, they're pulling with their back and they're rounding their back on out. This is a major problem and can cause a ton of back pain. It stops the legs from being the prime movers and starts to make the back do way more than what it's designed to do. The way that we stop this, besides pushing the floor down, is we take a deep breath and hold it at the bottom of the lift. So as I am here, before I start to push the floor down, I'm going to take a deep breath in and hold it through the entire lift. As I come on up, I'm still holding my breath. I do not exchange air at the top. Only when the barbell is back on the ground do I exchange air and let the pressure out of my abdomen. When I'm ready for my next rep, I breathe in and hold it again. And lift with that breath held through the entire lift. We do that with all of the core 4 lifts, but this is especially important with the deadlift to stabilize and keep your spine straight. Here's how to use this. Every deadlift day, start with the leg slides from the lower body dowel warm-up. Then grab the empty bar and do 2 sets of 5 reps, thinking one thing: push the floor down, not pull the bar up. Your back isn't lifting the bar, it's holding position. Your legs and hips are moving the load. And in the second 50 strong system, it's 30 minutes, 4 days a week. 2 hours total. Monday, squat. Tuesday, bench. Thursday, deadlift. And Friday, standing press. Safe, simple, short, and smart. Smart means you're progressing without paying for it with pain. On your off days, to open your joints and work on your asymmetries, do your upper body and lower body dowel warm-ups. They're slow, controlled, and joint friendly. That's how you clean things up without getting hurt. And if you want the full step-by-step system, grab my free strength training crash course for men over 50 at second50strong.com. No frills, no fluff, no fancy, just effective. Built for the long game. And if you want to go deep into completely dominating your second 50 years as a man, check out my book, Grow or Die. It's on Amazon, and I wrote it exactly for you. Brother, this isn't just a deadlift tip. It's retraining your body to lift in a way that protects your spine, so you stay strong, capable, and dangerous in your second 50 years. Stop pulling with your back. You don't have to earn your reps with pain. Push the floor down. Hold the spine position and own the lift. Gentlemen, there is no neutral. You're either growing or you're slowly dying. Every minute of every day, you have to make that choice. Now, watch these videos on your screen. These are the next steps if you want to keep growing for decades. And always remember, most men fade, but you're not most men.